What is up, guys, and welcome back to another day at All Time Performance, where it's Sunday and we're kind of laid back having fun, or at least I am. Dad's decided he wants to work on a Sunday, which God knows we're not supposed to be working on Sunday. But it's been a while since I've made a video, and I know a lot's changed. I've lost my facial hair. It made me lose some weight, and it also cooled me off. Updates on the Camaro are coming soon. I've had a bunch of issues with it, and I'm just running out of time. It's super busy at work right now. And Dad did sell the yellow 68 Chevelle, which is great news because he's added something to the garage, and it's actually a pretty cool car. I would have never expected Dad to buy this, but a little sneak peek. But guys, stick around. I'm getting ready to pull this thing out, and we might take it for a little test rip. All right, guys, so you guys have probably seen it is a GTO, and this is actually a really special GTO because it is a blue on blue, which I don't know if y'all know much about this, but the blue on blue is very, not rare, like we're not talking like a, it's not like it's a limited amount of numbers, but it is a rare package in the GTO. And this car is actually pretty cool because it does have a special add-on, and I will show y'all. I think this is the only reason Dad bought this car, if I can figure it out. So, there it is. This thing actually does have a Magnuson supercharger on it, which blew my mind that Dad would even buy something like this, because how Mom is with horsepower things, she does not like it at all. So when Chris called me and told me that Dad was looking at this car and was gonna actually buy this car, I was like, no way. Mom will tell him you ain't buying this. No. But he ended up bringing it home, and it's actually a really cool car. I love this color. This blue is insane. And we've already done some updates to it. So first bit of updates, Dad bought a license plate. I custom painted it to match the car. We did the grills on it, painted them gloss black, and Dad put a cold air intake on it. He's got a billet power steering reservoir that he's gonna put on there. But look at this interior. This interior is freaking sweet looking. It is an automatic, blue on blue. These cars were really actually pretty nice when it came down to the interiors. Had the little bit of Alcantara on the door jambs. I told Dad it'd be really cool if he did a Alcantara blue headliner, but that would be expensive. Moving to the back. Oh, also, we ordered something for the front end that should be in probably a couple weeks, maybe a week or so. I don't know. I've been waiting on it for a while. I ordered it for Dad. Dad's got the billet aluminum power steering reservoir, which is actually going to look pretty sick on the front. Dad did say this was a one owner, so Dad is the second owner of this car. It has, what has it got, 71,
just turned 71,000.
71,000 miles on this car. And realistically, it's actually really clean. When we got it, it didn't have any imperfections in it. It was very clean car, had clean Carfax, just had, the normal swirl marks where someone had been washing it. Dad went ahead and got the windows tinted on it. We did the grill. He did black emblems on it. We're still trying to think on what we want to do to the back of this thing, which I'm going to turn the camera around and show y'all. But it's not bad. It just looks like someone maybe backing it into a garage. But what we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with this is this piece down here. It's got a little bit of a booger in it right there. And I mean, realistically, we painted the grills, which the grills are the same color as this. It's some kind of GM ground coat. They've used it on quite a bit of cars. They actually use them on the Chevy truck still, which here it is. This is my truck. As you can tell, it's like a gold metallic ground piece, which if this was in the sun, you could see it. But it is also a gold, like burgundy metallic. We're thinking about painting that black because it just matched better. Plus it's gonna go really good with what's gonna be in the front up here. Oh, and Dad did say he wants to put some different wheels on it because it does have the factory wheels on it. And I will tell you, this thing does not have enough tire underneath it for the amount of power that this Magnuson supercharger is pushing out of this thing. We don't have dyno sheets or anything like that on it, but if I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's probably running in between 5 to 10 pounds of boost. I'm not really sure on these how much power it's pushing out, but I would say it's up in the 500s, maybe even 600 on a cool day. It would be pretty cool to put this thing on a dyno and kind of see what numbers it's making. But it does have all the Magnuson kit on it. Look at that. That carbon shaft right there for the supercharger, because this one is powered from the back side of the supercharger. So it has a small belt in the back, and then it has the belt drive in the front, and the shaft spins and turns the 2 screws inside here, which I have to say sound really, really sick, especially when you got the windows down and you really stomp on it. But yeah, big changes on this thing are wheels, front and rear, something wider in the back, because this thing's got literally like, I think it's like a 235 in the back. And as we both know, 235s on a car making 500 plus horsepower, it's not going to hook very well. Plus there's some cheap tires, and we would like to put a higher grade tire on there, maybe like a Nitto or some kind of street radial to make this thing hook up better, because it is sketchy. Like, you have to ease into the throttle because that supercharger is literally instant. Like, it kicks and it freaking just blows the tires off of it. But right now I'm just gonna get some little V-roll shots of the car sitting out here, and then I think me and Dad, after he gets done working on his truck, which he's over there, we may take it out and go for a spin and kind of drive it around and kind of let y'all hear what the supercharger sounds like, because it does sound pretty wicked. And we'll end the video somewhere after driving it for a little bit, but stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, guys, so I got Dad out of working on his truck for a little bit to cool down to go for a ride. So I have a camera guy, I guess you could say. But we're just gonna run it around the block. We're not gonna go for a crazy drive or anything. There's not really a whole bunch of places to drive around here. But this car is actually a really big sleeper, wouldn't you agree, Dad? I mean,
Oh yeah.
A lot of people look at it and they go, oh, it's just a factory GTO. Even though the GTO was pretty badass back in its heyday. I mean, LS2 motor, the IRS rear suspension. It's a really cool car and a cool platform. And Dad will tell you his favorite part about it is when you put it in gear and the whole ass end of the car hunkers down. And I don't know if that's just only in the automatics. I believe that is only in the automatics that do that. But it's like it's pretty much signifying that it's ready to go.
Should have rode out toward Joe's.
Alright guys, so that was just a little first, second gear pull with traction control on. I don't dare try to turn the traction control off on this car, because with these small tires on there, as you can tell, with traction control on, it was fighting for traction. So that's where we were talking about the bigger wheels on it and getting a better tire for a little bit more bite. But also, I'm trying to talk Dad into maybe some exhaust on this car, because it's a little quiet, I'm not gonna lie. The supercharger's really cool sounding. I love that part of it. but it just doesn't have that throatiness like I like. But I'd say Dad probably likes this car the most just because it's a good cruiser. He can go out to the shows in it. It's just a well-around, fun car to drive. I envy him because I kind of wish I had this car.
We took this car last weekend to Pigeon Forge for the Pontiac show.
Yeah, Dad went to the one of his first Pontiac shows out at Pigeon Forge, and I'd say it was pretty successful. Y'all probably had a lot of fun.
Oh, we had a blast up in the mountains on a cruise up in the mountains. This
Yeah,
car,
I forgot. Dad said he took it to the mountains.
this car just eat up the curves like it wasn't nothing.
Yeah, this car with the IRS rear suspension in it, it is a very well handling car. When I stomped it back there and did the first, second gear pull, it didn't really try to upset itself. If you turn the traction control off, it will just annihilate the tires, and it does tend to get upset. But for the most part, if you leave traction control on and leave it in the manual gear, it's not too bad. You can kind of ease into the throttle and keep it under contained. But that was probably quarter throttle in first, second gear, and it just annihilated the tires. Like I said, it's a tire-eating, slaying car.
Even at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do a little third gear pull right here because it's a straightaway. This is 40 miles an hour in second gear. This is traction control on too. And you really hear the supercharger when I do this. Yeah, the car is just, it's so peppy, it's insane. It's like when it's pulling through the gears, it doesn't have an off button. It just keeps pulling and pulling, and it hits you in your chest really when you're doing a pull like that. I couldn't imagine what this thing would be like on some stinky tires on like a prep track, like do a quarter mile or an eighth mile. This car would probably be a whole lot of fun. I would also almost want to daily drive this car just because it drives so normal. Like, you just driving it, you can't even tell it's supercharged or it's got any work done to it. It just drives like a really good car. I imagine it probably don't get very good gas mileage, but it's actually a really, really cool car. I've definitely fell in love with it since Dad has gotten it. And this is I guess this is technically Dad's second GTO. His last GTO, he hated to get rid of it just because Mom was really not excited about it, which that's when I said earlier that I was surprised Mom was going to let him buy this. But Dad has been doing pretty good with selling the cars and everything, so, you know, this is Dad's most favorite car right here. He loves the GTOs. And who am I kidding? You can't pass up a supercharged LS2. I mean, there's just no way around it. AC blows cold. Even though we got the windows down, we're still trying to stay cool. Oh, that was also, all those pools were with the AC on.
Yeah, we might mention it's 89 degrees right now.
Yeah, it is very hot in Tennessee. It is humid. It's very, very hot. This car is probably not running at full peak power. It doesn't have a like an air to water cooler, which would be really cool if it did have an air to water cooler, but unfortunately this kit probably didn't come with it. I know it does use some of the coolant through through the supercharger. I guess it's like a heat exchanger to kind of cut down on so much heat running through the supercharger. And I don't know, you might be able to buy air to water coolers for this thing where it pumps ice water. So if you do want to take it to the track and say you want to ice down some water and run it down the track with no issue, you can definitely do that. But I have to say, Dad, this is probably one of my most favorite cars that you've bought, and happy to see you get out of the out of the Chevelles. I might have to sell the Camaro and just take this off your hands.
I don't know if you mentioned or not, but this blue on blue in 05, they only made 47 of them.
I did mention that it was rare. I didn't tell them it was like crazy rare, but I did tell them it was a rare package, a rare spec package for this car. And it really is a cool color. Like, I thought the red on red was cool. I have to say, I really, really like the blue. And I love this color blue. It reminds me a lot of there's a new color that GM's got out that's called Blow Me Away Blue. And it's on all the new Camaros and GM cars. And it's very similar to this color. It actually might be either the brother or sister to this color. So I have to say, this blue is really, really pretty, and how it sparkles in the sun. I would probably hate to paint it, but it is a very beautiful color.
It is called Impulse Blue.
Yeah, Impulse Blue. And they made this color from, I believe, the early 2000s all the way up to like current year. So guys, that was pretty much the video. I appreciate y'all stopping by and going for a ride in the new car. Hopefully Dad keeps this one and doesn't sell it like the rest of the cars. I would really like to make this a part of the channel. This car is kind of the way our channel is with the newer modern stuff, with the LS and the supercharger. And there's just so many things we can do to this car. But guys, stay tuned. Look out for more videos on the GTO. We have more stuff coming for the GTO. Maybe some wheels, maybe some carbon. Who knows? Y'all stay tuned. And if you would, hit the like and subscribe button. And we'll catch you next time. See you later.